straight ahead on the 2012 NABJ short course.
We'll see which two significant political figures are making their way to Florida just in time for the November elections. Plus, Tallahassee gets a visit from one famous advocate for HIV/AIDS.
Those stories and more are coming up. Your Week in Review starts right now.
And now, a special presentation from Florida A&M University's School of Journalism and Graphic Communication and the National Association of Black Journalists.
Good evening, I'm Nikel Smith.
And I'm Jordan Kinsey. Presidential candidate Mitt Romney is holding what he calls victory rallies in Florida this weekend. Governor Romney will make stops in Orlando today and Port St. Lucie on Sunday. In a speech in St. Petersburg last night, Governor Romney downplayed nearly decreased unemployment numbers. President Obama is praising the percent decrease in unemployment.
President Obama is also scheduled for campaigning in this critical swing state next Thursday. The president is making this trip following some positive financial news for his campaign. For the month of September, President Obama and Democrats raised the most funds of any month since re-election, $181 million.
Florida's voters' laws are in the spotlight once again. On Friday, the Florida Department of State confirmed it has forwarded complaints about voter registration fraud that have been filed against Democrats and other groups. This comes days before the voter registration deadline on October 9th. The Florida Department of Law Enforcement will look at the complaints to see if a criminal investigation should be launched.
Even though the national unemployment rate fell and businesses are hiring, some Floridians are still struggling to find jobs.
It's been a struggle because every job that you go to either is already taken. They're looking for more skills in the same job that you have. In other words, if you have a master's degree, they now want a doctorate degree for the same job and the same amount of pay. So
Career centers like Workforce Plus offer services to help keep job seekers find jobs. Florida's unemployment rate is 8.8%, 1 point higher than the national average.
And now the latest on the meningitis outbreak. The Florida Department of Health has identified 8 facilities that receive contaminated pain medicine. The medicine is from a Massachusetts specialty pharmacy that's been linked to the nationwide outbreak of meningitis. Those medical centers are scattered throughout the state, with 3 of them in Ocala. Center for Disease Control investigators have been focusing on a steroid custom made by a specialty pharmacy, calling it the reason behind the outbreak.
A stretch of I-75 southbound is now opened after being closed for 6 hours near the border of Sarasota and Manatee County. Florida Highway Patrol says 52 people were injured in the 47-car collision on Friday night. Authorities say heavy rain and drivers going too fast caused the collision, and 2 people are in critical condition. And now, for a look at the story making headlines around the world. Pope Benedict XVI's butler, Paolo Gabriele, was convicted today of stealing the Pontiff's private documents. Gabriele then allegedly leaked the documents to the Italian journalist. This is being called the gravest Vatican security breach in recent memory. The butler was sentenced to 18 months in prison, but the Vatican said a papel. There are now higher standards for student organizations at Florida A&M University. It's a part of the university's efforts to prevent future hazing incidents. The director of Florida A&M University's Office of Student Activities, Marvin Green, says this is a change in the right direction. Green talked to us about some of those new policies are. Last month, Florida A&M University said it wasn't responsible for the hazing death of drum major Robert Champion. Employees at State Health Agency got a visit from basketball legend Magic Johnson. The 12-time NBA All-Star has battled with HIV/AIDS for the past 20 years and is trying to raise awareness about the disease. Johnson was in town to discuss a new health plan that specializes in care for people with HIV. After talking with the Agency for Healthcare Administration about his new plans, Johnson addressed a crowd of employees about the need to promote HIV prevention. People filed out to a heart walk this morning, all in an effort to help save a life.
The American Heart Association held a walk this morning at a local park to raise awareness for heart disease, stroke, and other cardiovascular-related diseases. And according to those who participated, the walk was well worth it.
So every life is precious, and these children who are born with heart disease are also just a wonderful, very precious gift who deserve the very best possible care.
The 5K event took place at Tom Brown Park. Heart disease claims the lives of more than 8,000 lives every year. Tallahassee Animal Shelter is offering free adoption for adult cats and dogs. It's in celebration of National Adopt a Dog Month. The shelter is open 10:30 to 6:30 on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
That's going to do it for us. Thanks so much for watching.
And have a good evening and stay tuned for our newscast next.